What goes around comes around. In a bold move to hold the weaponized justice system accountable, House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan has issued a subpoena to former Special Counsel Jack Smith, finally, demanding testimony and documents related to his handling of the 2020 election investigation of President Trump. In a letter accompanying his request, Congressman Jim Jordan wrote, "Due to your service as special counsel, the committee believes that you possess information that is vital to its oversight of this matter." Jack Smith has been mandated to appear in front of the committee at a closed-door session 2 weeks from today on December 17th. For me, yeah, it's about accountability, but it's also, I want to make this guy sweat because I really hate that dude. Keep in mind, his credibility is basically in the toilet as far as I'm concerned after his last conviction of the Virginia governor was overturned by the Supreme Court. Yeah. The man leading that charge, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. Sir, these investigations are great. I'm glad you're doing them. Yeah. I hope we get answers. I'm a little upset it's behind closed doors, but when do we get to put some bracelets and throw some people in jail?
Well, your question is one I get all the time from constituents in the 4th District of Ohio and around the country, and it's that very question. When is someone going to jail, Jordan? And I always remind them, we can't indict anyone, we can't prosecute anyone, only the Justice Department can. What we can do is oversight, which we're under the Constitution required to do. We do that. If there's some legislative remedy that makes sense, some bill we need to pass to help with the situation, we'll look at that and do that. We've done that on this injunction issue already, passed that through our committee and through the House. But our main job is to do oversight to get the facts there and see what that means for what we can do. And if we think there's some crime, we can do a referral. So we have done that for one of Jack Smith's top deputies, Thomas Wyndham, who when we brought him in, we felt was totally trying to obstruct our investigation. So we referred him to the Justice Department. We did it for John Brennan because he came in and lied to us. Well, that's going to the Justice Department. They will determine if there are charges. We said we referred him to the Justice Department for obstructing a congressional investigation. We referred John Brennan for lying to Congress. So those are now with the Justice Department. We'll see what they do. But we don't do these referrals very often. Yeah, right. It's got to be there. It's got to be the fact. It's got to be warranted, or we don't do it. With Jack Smith now, in light of what we've learned over the last several months, and frankly for even longer, gag order on the president, surveilling half the Republican members of Congress, getting their phone logs. For me, it was 2.5 years. Yeah. For 2.5 years, they got the phone logs. Who I called, who called me, when I called him, how long the call lasts, and if I initiated the call, where I was at when that happened. That's because they can pattern your life then. That is crazy. But this guy did that to me and a bunch of other Americans. Yeah. Not just members of Congress, but a bunch of other Americans. So we want to have him in, and we're going to ask him questions about that and a host of other things that we think are important, and then we'll go from there. And there may, in fact, be a public hearing. But the beauty of these depositions is you get an hour for Republicans and an hour for Democrats, and then back to an hour for Republicans, not just 5 minutes like you get in a hearing. You get all day long, and that's where you get the information that's helpful in getting to the truth. Yeah,
I can't wait to hear what goes on. I got to get you on something else here. A new audit has found billions of taxpayer dollars were wasted in health care fraud and Affordable Health Care Act plans, including one single social. Remember the Democrats? There's no fraud. We're not doing anything. Republicans are responsible for high prices. No, wrong, because one Social Security number was used to institute 125 insurance policy applicains.
Yep. And 66,000 times you had the Social Security number used multiple times, all kinds of stuff. You had fictitious people that the GAO did this study. Just some fictitious person false Social Security number, didn't fill out the application right, and they would get accepted into this plan, and then the subsidy, the payment goes out to the insurance company, the fraud that exists in this program. And Democrats just want us to renew that. Instead of like actually working on something that would lower premiums, they just want us to continue the expanded Obamacare subsidies to insurance companies. And we're saying, how about a better approach? Subsidies, which always drive up costs, that's not the way to go. How about choice and competition with health savings accounts, association health plans, all those kind of ideas that truly are going to help families and lower costs? So that's the debate. But this study that we asked our committee, Ways and Means Committee and the Energy and Commerce Committee, asked the GAO to do this study, and it's pretty powerful findings that they found, the level of abuse, the level of fraud.